Well, good morning, family. This is Skip Moore, the very proud pastor of New Vision Hillcrest Missionary Baptist Church. I want to take this opportunity to thank those of you who have been riding with us, supporting us for, 5 years since I've been back in the Marsh area, and for the last 1 year since we have been at the new location. We thank God for this radio broadcast. We are on daily. We are heard daily, at least 5 times a day with the commercials, and then on Fridays, Tuesdays, and Fridays we do morning meditation at 6:30 and 8 o'clock on Tuesdays and Friday mornings, and on Sundays at 7:45 we do the morning message. These services are dedicated to our sick and our shut-in, to members who are at home, who are unable to get out, who are unable to come to church. I want to dedicate our service today to Sister Pravella Griffin, Mother Probe. We love you so much. Deacon Paul Morris. Deacon Paul Morris had a knee transplant. We are praying for you and your family. Mother Jean Mitchell, dedicating this to Junior James, who is up in Dallas. He's been waiting on a kidney transplant for 8 years, and the Lord blessed him last week. He got a kidney. He's in Dallas at Baylor Hospital. Want to be in prayer for in Shreveport, Louisiana, Mother Wade, Daisy Wade, Carrie Gardner, Jerry Maville. Mother Maville, we love you. What an inspiration you are. To Sister Sweezer, Jerry Sweezer, we pray daily for you. And it's so many others. Well, sit back and enjoy. And if the Lord lay on your heart, we want to keep these radio programs going. So please send us a donation. It costs a whole lot to be on the radio. Would you send an offering to our 2800 George Gregg, Marshall, Texas, 75670, Marshall, Texas. Send us a donation, please. Enjoy the broadcast.
An eternal bank account. You will be able to sit on the throne of some type of preeminence with Jesus. You will never outrank Jesus.
Again, I said, would you please send us a donation? It could be $20, it could be $50, whatever you send. We want to stay on the radio, and we can't do it by ourselves. I need to get me some sponsors. I'm praying that God will send me a sponsor. Brother Harrah, Brother Sally up in Dallas, Dennis Willard, send us a donation. Sister Gwen and Aunt Anita, thank y'all for all y'all do. And I'm going to get in trouble calling names. Jerry, all of you all. Sister Mathis, send us a donation to help us stay on the radio, if you will. Be blessed and enjoy this broadcast. We love you so very much, and I hope to God that these services be a blessing to you. You still got time. If you're in the Marsh area, get ready. 8:15 is our Sunday school. 8:15 Sunday morning, Sunday school, and then at 9 o'clock a.m. we start 9 o'clock sharp, not 9:01, 9 o'clock sharp. We began our morning service, the hour of power. I tell you, around 10:15, we be getting ready to go. Start at 9, 10:15, we be getting ready to go. So I want to see you. 27 miles from Shreveport, 30 minutes from Longview, 30 minutes from Jefferson, Texas, right at 30 minutes from Carthage, Texas. You got time to get here this morning. 9 o'clock, all roads lead to 2800 George Gregg Street. Be blessed.
Well, hello, Pilgrim. This is old Skip. Skip Moore, the pastor of our New Vision Hillcrest Baptist Church, 2800 George Gregg Street, right up from ETBU, right before you get to Loop 390. My message today is a cloudy day. How God works through a cloudy day. The reason why I chose this message, I was driving over here and it's so cloudy today, and I thought about Exodus chapter 24 and verse 15 and 16. It says, Then Moses went up into the mountain, and a cloud covered the mountain. Now the glory of the Lord rested on Mount Sinai, and the cloud covered it for 6 days. The cloud covered it for 6 days. And on the 7th day, he called to Moses out of the midst of the cloud. The sight of the glory of the Lord was like a consuming fire on the top of the mountain. He had been up there for 6 days, but on the 7th day, God called him out of a cloud. My introduction: how would you feel to be summoned? How would you feel to have been invited? How would you feel for someone to call you and tell you it is very important, and you change your schedule, you change your appointments, you cancel your itinerary? How would you feel if you would leave family and friends and co-workers and colleagues, you leave them behind for a very, very important appointment? And once you get there, how would you feel to be left in a waiting room? Not 1 day, not 2 days, not even 4, but 6 days waiting in the waiting room. Would you be checking your watch? Would you be irritated, frustrated, aggravated? Would you be saying to yourself, what did I come here for? Would you look at it as being an insult? Would your ego start talking to you and said to you, I don't have to take this, I'm better than this, I could have stayed where I was? Well, all these things, ladies and gentlemen, perhaps ran through the mind of Moses when God summons him to Mount Sinai. Here he is up on this mountain, and he's up on this mountain for 6 days, and God said nothing. We are accustomed to noise. We like noise. We are used to noise. It's a noisy society. We want to know how loud the pipes are on our car, our trucks, our motorcycles. Visit a house and you hear the television going, the radio 24/7. We love noise. Some people got to have noise. The reason why they go to a concert, I want to hear noise. At the church, the organ, the drum, the guitar, the trumpet. We love noise. Even when we go to a party, the DJ would say, turn it up, turn it up. Throw your hands in the air, wave them like you just don't care. We love noise. We go to a football game, basketball, etc., and the cheerleaders, they are constantly trying to get us to do what? Make some noise. Oh, we love noise. And we are so used to noise that we are uncomfortable when we are surrounded by silence. Do you not know that the strongest, loudest sound in the universe is silence? The loudest sound in the universe is silence. Everybody can handle silence. Here I am right at 60 years old, never had a pair of handcuffs on me, don't have a record, never been to jail. Thank God for that, knock on wood. But I'm told that when they get ready to punish a prisoner, They put you in what they call isolation. I don't know that to be true, but I'm told that they leave a prisoner in a room by themselves with themselves. And some of them have known to have a nervous breakdown. They go crazy. They cannot handle being alone with themselves. They cannot handle silence. But ladies and gentlemen, when I study God and God's word, God do more silence than he do speaking. God is more quiet than he is loud. Did not the Bible tell us, be still and know that I am God? Did not Elijah say God was not in the thunder, he was not in the lightning, but no, he was in a still small voice. And I want to talk to somebody today who is frustrated and aggravated because like Moses, you've been sitting in the waiting room. You're in a clouded situation and you think that you're all by yourself. 6 days he sat in the cloud. And somebody right now, life for you has put you in a cloud. When you're taking chemotherapy, that's a cloudy day. Taking dialysis, that's a cloudy day. Laying up in ICU is a cloudy day. Having a loved one laying up in ICU and you don't know whether or not they're getting better or worse, that's a cloudy day. You got married and spent all that money and you didn't stay together long enough for the ink to dry on the paper. You better listen, old Skip, that's a cloudy day. You started out with a little house on the prairie, and partner, you ended up with a nightmare on Elm Street. That's a cloudy day. To have a child on drugs, to have a husband or wife that won't come home, a cloudy day. This week, as I looked at what happened over in Israel and between Israel and the Gaza Strip, I saw little babies, little children. It breaks my heart. 4-month-old, 4-year-old, 7, 8-year-old children beheaded. My God, it's a cloudy day in this world. People have no compassion. They have no sympathy. Every time we turn on the news, if it ain't one thing, it's something else. A cloudy day. And what's so sad about a cloudy day, what is disturbing when the day is cloudy, I would think God would say something. And here Moses is up on this mountain. God, you the one told me to come here. And now you're not talking to me. And I can't even see myself. Can't see my way. I don't know what my next move is. It's a cloudy day. There are several lessons we can learn from Moses, and then I'll be out of your way. Pilgrim, the first thing we can learn is God do his best work in silence. When creation began, God spoke and said, let there be light. God spoke and everything came into existence, but everything came out of silence. For 17 years, Jesus was in obscurity. He was in silence. When Job went through his ordeal, Job was going through, and even his friends didn't understand what was going on, and God wasn't talking. David went through what he went through, and God wouldn't talk to him, and he said, if I had wings, I would fly away. It disturbed him because God wouldn't talk to him. Even Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane looked for God to say something, and he even asked the question when he hung on the cross, my God, why have thou forsaken me? Lord, if you just said something. And somebody listening to old Skip, somebody listening to me right now, and perhaps you asking, Lord, with what's going on in my life, financial problems, can't make ends meet, I cry, I'm depressed, I'm disturbed, frustrated, aggravated, even my family don't understand me. Why don't you say something? But let me tell you what old Skip learned. Now listen to Listen to old Skip, if you will. This is what I learned. The only time a teacher talks is when he or she is giving you a test. But when it's time for a test, the teacher don't say anything. You walk in the classroom and they tell you close up the book, get a number 2 pencil, they give you a text, and they give you a clock, and they tell you you got 30 minutes to complete this test. And the teacher don't say a mumbling word. During the time of testing, it's a time for you to reflect on what you have been taught. And the good thing about this is it's an open book test. So the next time God is silent in your life, open his word. It's only a test. When God is not talking to you, it's a time God is saying to you, remember what I told you. Remember I told you I'd never leave you, I'd never forsake you. Remember I told you, lo, I'm with you always, even to the end of the world. Remember he told you that if I'm for you, I'm more than the world against you. Remember that he told you that you are more than a conqueror. Remember that you can do all things through Christ that strengtheneth you. God did not talk to Moses for 6 days. But the next lesson we learn is God wanted Moses to know that his presence was more than the present. God wanted Moses to know having my glory is more important than me giving you a gift. We come to church and we want to hear the choir and we want to see the preacher bring down fire from on high, and we like a lot of noise and dance and theatrics. But when the last time you went to God's house and sat there in reverence and quietness? Be still and know that I am God. When the last time you celebrated his presence? Lord, this morning I just came to just be in your presence. If you don't do nothing else for me, you already done more than enough. I don't need cars. I don't need a cottage in the country. I don't need a casa. Don't need a career. Don't need cash, credit cards. I don't need clothes, apparels. The only thing I want this morning is to feel your spirit. To feel your spirit moving up and down my spine, all in my heart, in my soul. I'm telling you what I know. You want to know why they call me Skip? When the Holy Spirit get a hold to me, I tell you, it'll make me pick up my feet. I pick them up, I put them down. It'll make you run when ain't nobody behind you. Laugh when ain't nothing funny. It'll make you cry when ain't nobody done you wrong. Or the presence of God, just to be in his presence. No wonder David said in that prayer, and I would dwell in the house of the Lord forever. All the days of my life, I long to dwell in his presence. So when God wasn't saying anything to Moses, he wanted Moses to know that before you get to the 7th day, before you get what's in my hand, I want you to experience me in your heart. Thank God for your divine presence. And then the last thing this lesson teaches us, people see you and they see you on the 7th day, but they don't know what you went through for 6 days. And today you're going through something. It may be your 5th day, your 3rd day, your 2nd day, but you got to remain faithful because the 7th day is coming. On the 7th day, they see your glory, but the 1st through the 6th days, you have a story. This is old Skip. I would love to see you this morning at New Vision, 2800 George Gregg. Meet me there. I would love to see you there. And if God have you sitting in a cloud, if God have you sitting in silence, remember you are not by yourself. He's right there with you. Never, never, never alone. He's right there with you. This is old Skip, and that's better than biscuit and gravy.
Thank you, Pastor Skip. You're listening to The Heartbeat, 103.9.
I always turn them on first thing in the morning.
Hi, this is Chris Stapleton.
Hey, this is Lainey Wilson.
Hey, I'm Jordan Davis.
Well, I hope this message was a blessing to you. Again, would you pray about what I ask you to do? We want to continue to be on the radio. I can't continue to do it by myself. Would you find it in your heart to send a check or call the church or send us a gift, put a note on it for our radio ministry? Help us stay on the radio. Please, ma'am, and please, sir, make it out. The radio ministry, New Vision Baptist Church radio ministry, 2800 George Gregg Street, Marshall, Texas, 75670. I want to thank you in advance. And to Mother Doris Pouncey down in Palestine, Texas, Sandra Pouncey, all of you all. This goes out to Mother Probe Griffin and, oh my God, so many sick people. We praying for you all. Brother George Lias and Sister Anita Nisi Lias. We want to be a blessing to all who are sick and shut in. And we want this to be a blessing to you and your family. May God bless you real good. I'm getting ready now to get over here where I can do a little skipping. The joy of the Lord is my strength. I want to meet you. Meet me this morning at New Vision Baptist Church, Church on the Hill, doing God's will. Be blessed.